Okay. Question of the week.
Question of the week.
Question of the week this week is the smallest thing that ruined the relationship. And I got a few responses. Some of them like went extreme. And I'm like, okay, we don't want to use all that, but I chose a few.
Okay, what you got?
Don't you say, give me what you got for a pork chop.
You know what I'm saying?
I was like, okay.
You know me so well.
Okay, so here's the first one. The smallest thing that ruined the relationship, that ruins the relationship. This one says, my fiance told me she didn't find me, my ex-fiance told me that she didn't find me attractive anymore because I drink warm drinks, tea every few days.
She never liked you.
Yeah, I'm like, that is...
What does him drinking tea got to do with you not liking him anymore?
Right? I was like, I didn't know that was a feminine thing.
Tea is for everybody.
Men can't drink tea? What about coffee?
What if they're sick?
True, because tea works wonders when you're sick.
But what does tea have to do with anything?
Well,
she didn't like you.
He just said warm drinks. So I'm like, yeah, she couldn't have liked you.
Because what do you drinking warm drinks got to do with her? What?
Yeah, I'd be interested in talking to her to figure out, like, okay, what's this deal with the warm drinks thing?
She wanted a way I made one.
Literally.
She wasn't even that creative. Next.
This one I can actually understand.
What is it?
Okay, the smallest thing that will ruin a relationship for you. It says, if you think apostrophe S is how you pluralize everything.
See, I get that.
No, apostrophe S is supposed to show ownership.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get why that would be.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you get why she's using that.
No.
I
see, because in my mind, I go, now, I am not an English lit major by any means.
By any means. But
there is some point you go, okay. Okay.
Now, yeah, it's been a while since I've been in school. Let's be for real. I graduated college in 2017. So, but last I heard, when you do apostrophe S, that is ownership.
Yes, possession.
It is possession. It belongs to whoever the apostrophe S is on.
You don't put mouse and then put apostrophe S.
Mouses.
And now it's mouses.
You don't.
That's not... That
Now, occasionally you will put the apostrophe after the S. Now, I don't really remember. That's usually like when their name or something already has an S in it.
Yeah, like James.
Yeah.
Because James.
So this one I kind of understood. It's like that would annoy me so much.
Because it'll start off small, you'll try to overlook it, but after a while you be like, I cannot with this any longer.
It's the whole your, them, there, and there, two and two.
But I will say,
I blame
English
the English
is
language.
the only language that's doing all this other things. They have different words for these things. They're not the exact same thing.
I do blame whoever created this version of English that we're using for the most part, because why do we have to have so many words that spell the exact same way that means different things? Like live and live.
I mean, because I got a first grader. He confused, and I don't know how to explain it to him. I said, I don't know. That's just the way it is. You have to use
context. You have to use your context clues. And I'm like...
That's just the way it is. Is my only answer. Like, that's just the way it is. I have no rhyme or reason.
At the big old age of 38, I have recently was reading something, and I think it was live, but I was reading it as live. But you don't know it's live.
You have to read the sentence to figure out what you
don't know it's live until you read what comes after it. So I'm like, so I started off with live, and then when I was like, oh, this is actually talking about live, so I had to reread the sentence, like, oh, the live. Well, not the live, but it's like live something.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is stupid.
English is complicated.
And don't get me started on choose and chose.
First of all,
I say I picked. I'm not about to. Is it two O's or one O? Which one is the O? Which one is the two O's?
I decided. Like, we're not.
I'd be like, I picked, I selected. I'm doing anything but saying choose or chose. So the English language is not easy to learn. I don't know.
I learned from a lot of people that learn English as a second language. They be like, speaking it isn't as bad. It's when you have to go to write it that 100% hell breaks loose.
It is when speaking it is fine, except for when I, said strategically.
At work.
At work at that.
They like, what's she
Yo, dumbass. Don't even know strategically. I could not believe I went to my boss and said that.
You like, what? You like, what?
Or when I told my coworker sachet, and it was sachet, and she was like, "Do you mean sachet?" And I was just like, "Yes."
No, but Victor did the same thing. He didn't know it was sachet because I drink tea. I think he called it a sachet. I
mean, because literally,
that's what it smells like.
It's the word ratchet. You just take R off and add an S. So why would we think it's anything other than sachet?
Yeah, he's like, how many tea sachets you want? I said, what?
Tea what?
He's like, these. The little pouches.
I say tea bags. That's what I say. Okay. The smallest things that will ruin a relationship for you. This one was odd. An outie belly button would be a no from me. I just can't. I'm sorry, but I can't.
I mean, that's your preference. I mean, a belly button, it really depends on how the doctor cuts it, whether you get an innie or an outie. It's not that big a deal. Well, but then again, I got an outie, so people hate outies. Yeah, and people hate outies. But some people got those big, nasty outies. You know what I'm talking about? Where they just big.
Where they look like buttons, actually. You just press it.
See, I got a cute little tiny one. But some people's outies be nasty.
I got an innie, but I'm pretty sure I got an innie because my stomach makes it an innie.
I ain't gonna show y'all.
But I ain't gonna show it. But you just gonna have to take our word for it. She got an outie, I got an innie.
Now, if I hate outies.
If I had a flat stomach, you might actually be able to see it. So, I ain't seen my belly button ever. I've never been that small.
Innie. If you got an innie, it don't matter.
Anyway, I said it's no different than the people that say that they don't like uncircumcised men.
I mean, it is a different look.
It is a different look. You are right. It is a different look.
It's a different look and procedure.
It is a different look. I've been with a man that was uncircumcised. Didn't bother me none. So, but I don't understand why people like what about innies or outies that just like gross you out?
I'm indifferent. I don't give a damn.
I'm
not doing shots out of your belly button. Yeah. So I don't care what's going on in there. As long as it's clean.
Right.
That's what I care about.
Clean it, please. Okay, something that the smallest thing that would ruin a relationship for you.
Yes.
Gums are too big. Teeth too big or too small.
So y'all don't give a damn about personalities at all.
Everybody is superficial.
But I will say people with the really big gums and them tiny ass teeth do look weird. I'm not... But I would not date somebody over it. Like, I wouldn't be like, I could never.
I don't... So, like, I don't have big gums, but when I smile, like my true smile, I do show my gums. And that annoys me.
Why?
I've never liked the fact that when I like do a full-on like smile, you could just see all the top of my gums. I'm just like...
That means your teeth fit in your mouth. That's how I view it.
But a lot of people, when they smile, you just see up to the top of their teeth.
Girl, that's a curated smile.
Mine is a curated smile for the most part. But I actually really like my smile. Both curated and the original. I just would prefer not to actually show my gums.
Girl, I be gumming it. I don't care. Because at first I don't like my gums because they got melanin in them. And growing up, they think, your mouth dirty. It's not dirt, it's melanin, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, I'd always been told darker gums and darker lips is just mean you were a smoker. And I'm like, that's not always true.
It's melanin. If you have melanin, you can have melanin in your gums. And your gums are not dirty and your teeth are not dirty.
People are just ignorant.
And you don't smoke.
Whoever told you that was just ignorant.
It was children. I was a child.
Oh, well, yeah.
They literally
By
were
default,
ignorant.
kids are pretty ignorant until
but
they
they
learn.
heard that from their ignorant ass parents. That's why they was repeating it.
This person would hate me. The smallest thing that would ruin a relationship for you. People who don't eat leftovers. I'm the person who will save 3 bites of something for a snack later. Fundamental differences. They would hate me.
The thing, it depends on what it is. It depends on what it is.
I would, like, if I cook,
I'll
eat my leftovers.
Yeah.
But if I go, like, to a restaurant or something, I'm not bringing that shit home.
Oh, you know I'll be bringing it home.
Yeah. And a lot of times I'll make you take it home. Give it to Victor.
I be eating it.
Because whoever, at that point, I don't care who eat it. I'm not going to eat it. I don't know why
I'm going
I
to
do
tell
that.
y'all something.
But I will tell you this.
She goes to that restaurant. She goes, nibble, nibble, nibble. I'm like, girl, it's $37 worth of food. It'll come home with me. You didn't even touch this shit.
Yeah,
hand it over.
Yeah, don't let my size fool you. I don't actually eat that much. She
goes, nibble, nibble, nibble. And then she don't eat no more.
Yeah, I really don't eat that much.
And I eat it because that's wasteful.
I don't know why I do that, though. But for the most part.
Because you ordered the biggest platter. And I'm like, now you might as well got a kid's meal. Because I don't know why you keep doing this.
You are not wrong.
Because you're not going to eat it.
You are not wrong.
Like me with those margaritas. I get those big-ass margaritas every time and take 2 sips.
I do not like margaritas.
I do it every time. Not just margaritas, any big drink I get.
I know. Well, you see, now the drinks, we both know I will gulp those down.
Sure will.
I will drink them like I have been just like
been in the
dying
desert.
of thirst. But this person would annoy me though, because I'm like I have literally seen people. I don't maybe one of them was you, I don't remember, but that will have literally just a couple bites of food left and be like, oh, I'm gonna take this home.
I don't do that mess.
Like, girl, if you don't eat that shit.
My thing is, if I have 3 bites left, right?
I'm gonna take them 3 bites.
And I'm so full, I can't eat anymore. I can't even have that as a snack. What am I going to do with 3 damn bites besides be mad?
First, let's define what Jade considers a snack.
You ain't going to call me out like this.
Because, I mean, we've said this before on this show. Jade will go to the restaurant, get her a whole chicken sandwich, fries, and a drink, and be like, oh, this is just a snack. And then because that's why I said you should be big as a fucking house. Because how are you eating like that and you still so small? Exactly.
I poop.
Yeah, I do have that problem.
I poop a lot. Well, not a lot.
Well, if y'all hear my stomach, it is like going right now.
When's the last time you ate?
I haven't eaten today yet.
Well, that's why. I think that'll do it.
Well, I've been busy.
I don't work like that.
I'll eat when I leave. When I leave.
When I
leave. Recording. When we finish recording, I'll eat. I'll probably just order like a pizza or something because, it's Friday.
Late. Yeah, it's late.
Well, for y'all it's Wednesday, but for us it's Friday. We record on Fridays.
Yeah.
Okay, I only got a couple more.
Yes.
The smallest thing that would ruin a relationship for you.
Mm-hmm.
This one is super petty.
I love it. What is it?
Having a second toe that's longer than their big toe. It freaks me out. It freaks me the fuck out. Fun fact though, my husband's second toe on both sides are bent. And I think if they were normal, they'd be too long. I tell him that's how I know we're meant to be. And I'm pretty sure that when I said having one toe that's longer than your big toe, everybody probably looked at their feet.
My thing is, so you're more okay with a a big crispy ass toe than just a Roman toe is not that odd.
A what toe?
That's what it's called, a Roman toe, when your second toe is bigger than your first toe.
I've never heard that shit.
Look it up.
I prefer not to.
It's gonna mess your algorithm upside down.
Yeah, and you know I hate feet, so
It's
no.
gonna keep showing up.
Last thing I want to see is
toes.
I fucking hate feet so much.
I don't care about no man feet. Like I don't care. As long as your toenails ain't brown and falling off, I don't care.
I don't care about nobody's feet, but I don't want them near me.
But I'm like, so she prefers a burnt. Why I keep saying burnt? A bent ass toe over one that's too long, as she feels. Like people really have control over that bitch. Like.
This next one, I would actually probably, it will ruin the relationship with me too.
What is it?
Smallest things that would ruin a relationship for you. If they leave their shopping carts in the middle of the parking space instead of putting it in the corral.
It shows they have no order.
Yeah.
It shows
what I want you in my life for.
It shows that they're the type of people when they feel like they're not monitored, that they don't do the right thing. They do the right thing out of necessity and not out of morale. That's what that shows to me.
And it shows how selfish you are. You have no consideration
That's what
for
I'm saying.
anybody.
You only do what's right when you think you're being watched. If you feel like there's no consequences.
Some people, regardless, they have no consideration whether you're watching them or not.
Because they have no morale. That's what I'm saying. You have no morale. Because I will walk a country mile to put that. First of all, if you know you lazy, park not too far from it. I don't mentally. Now, don't park next to it.
Oh, I do all the time.
Hell no, you ain't messing up my car. I'm not parking next to it. But I'll park like 3 spots away from it or something.
I will park next to it. I'll park a couple down from it, but I'm always close to it.
And even if I'm not, I'm going to walk my ass that country mile and put it in there.
I will still walk and put it in there. I even go as far as like at Kroger, I would put the small cart in the small cart one and the large cart in the large one.
People, it's chaos. People just throwing stuff. And I'm happy they at least putting it in there.
Yeah. So I don't even get mad if they put a large one. I'd be like, you clearly can't follow instructions, but whatever, it's here.
But you know the one place that people do, they're a little more nicer about it. Admire.
Oh yeah, that's my store.
More nicer at it. Admire, and of course, my favorite place that I shouldn't be at, that damn Market District.
Ain't that downtown?
Oh, maybe I go to the one in Carmel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I love that store, and they sell the bakery's my favorite part.
Of course it is.
And me and Victor get tarts, and we have a good time.
Anyway. Something that will ruin the smallest thing that will ruin a relationship for you. Well, a girl I was dating got 2 rescue dogs in the span of 3 months and returned both of them within a week. I couldn't be with someone who cared that little for an animal's well-being.
She's a monster, and I'm glad you brought.
You
know, my little sister did that shit.
Yeah, you told me.
That monster.
I could not do that. Like I said before,
why are you traumatizing them pets again?
Well, it even says more than that. It doesn't just say that you don't care about the animal's well-being. It also says that you can't actually make an actual decision for your life.
No, you don't. You don't take nothing serious. You don't think long term. You don't think
you
big
don't
picture.
See anything other than what is directly in front of you. Like, that is crazy to me.
And then too, like, what would make you do that in the span of only a couple of months? You didn't think this through at all.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have had a dog and I did rehome him. I refused to take him back to a shelter. I said, I will keep him for the rest of his life before I take him back to a shelter. And he is still within my family because my cousin has him. And I was like, if it wasn't for that, I would still have that dog because I was like, I refused. And I don't know if I told this story on here. I knew somebody that said one of the craziest things that I'd ever heard somebody say about animals.
What they say?
It was an old friend of mine, and I don't think she was joking. She laughed, but I don't think she was joking.
Oh no.
And she said, I think I had just taken my dog to get I think he had some kind of surgery or something. Or maybe it was right after Zephyr got my cat, after she got spayed. And we were talking about like sick pets. And she goes, I don't know, if I had a dog and he got sick, I'd just take him to the park and let him out. And no, she just said, I'd take him to the park. And I said, what does that have to do with him being sick? And she said, because once he got out, I'd just get back in the car and drive off.
I wouldn't even make a joke like that.
I said,
she meant that shit.
I said, don't tell nobody else that. And I said, don't ever get a dog.
Why would you abandon them at the park?
I was like,
I thought she was gonna say she don't pay for vet visits and the dog
no,
just
she
gonna
said she made the dog think they about to go to the park, have some fun, and when the dog got out, she would get back in her car and drive off.
That's terrible.
That is terrible. I was like, that's
I'm like,
crazy.
Girl, that was an internal thought. You should have never let out.
Internal. I told her, I don't know why.
She should never let that out.
Maybe I just have a trustworthy face or something, because I've had friends tell me stuff that I've had to tell them. Don't tell nobody else that shit.
Or worse, they think, I think she evil like me. I finna say, girl, I don't agree with that mess.
Well, one of them wasn't even evil. One of them was somebody told me, oh yeah, I only shower like once a week.
Why would you admit that?
And she admitted it while we were at work.
What would possess one to not only do it, but then to open your mouth at work? You're like, oh yeah, I only wash my ass once a week. What about you? Girl, what?
I was typing in prescriptions and she was sitting on like something that wasn't supposed to be sat on, but we would always do it. And she was sitting there and I was just typing prescription and we were just having casual conversation. Yeah. And then she said it and I stopped and I looked, I said, I wouldn't tell nobody else that.
I'm like, get your funky ass out of my presence.
First of all, we knew it.
Because we
could smell her. But I was like, I wouldn't tell nobody that.
Girl, that just irritates.
That was a hard B that I just said. So y'all probably gonna hear that in the mic.
Because why? This is why Chase had that policy where you had to shower every other day. It's sad they had to put it in the code of conduct.
It is sad. And I was just like,
ma'am.
I was like, yeah, I wouldn't tell nobody else that.
I mean, we knew you didn't bathe every day, but we didn't think it was once a week.
Between the cigarettes, Body Funk, and Bath and Body Works, we knew something was going on. It was terrible.
She was one of them dirty people who sprayed everything instead of taking a shower.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
My thing is, how you in that bathroom looking at that dry ass bathtub every day and walking right on past that thing?
I just couldn't believe she admitted that. I was
at work of all places.
I was like, yeah, I wouldn't tell nobody that would go with me to the grave.
First of all, I wouldn't be doing it.
I'm just saying, even if I did do it, I wouldn't tell nobody.
That will be a me and my diary secret.
Yeah, it ain't even going in my diary because I don't want to risk somebody finding that shit. It's going with me to the grave.
But it's like after day 3, hun, we all be smelling you.
Okay.
Because you know what? I've wondered about that. Because I feel like I think way more people don't bathe than we want to acknowledge. So, like, even with the deodorant, 24 to 48 hour coverage.
No.
Why does this need to work for 2 days?
Now, I will say, I do forget to put on deodorant sometimes.
It's built up if you wear it every day.
I do forget. But I'll tell people. Like,
my thing is,
I'm sure you've heard me go into community. I know Antonio has heard me go into community and say, I ain't putting no deodorant on, so keep your distance. If I forgot.
My thing is, it's a difference between not wearing deodorant and not washing your ass.
Well, yeah, I only mentioned deodorant because you brought up deodorant. But yeah, I was like,
clutching my pearls.
I told her, I said, I wouldn't tell nobody else that. I told both of their asses that.
Please don't tell nobody.
Especially about the animal thing. I was like, that's terrible. You like that.
People would never talk to you again over no mess like that. Say that to the wrong person. They would literally get up and never talk to your ass again.
She was at my house when she said it. And I was just like, I wouldn't tell nobody that anymore.
She ain't never coming here again.
And I told her not to ever get a dog. And I believe she has one now.
She better make sure she don't take that thing to the park.
I don't talk to her no more, so.
Oh, it's that friend or is it a different friend?
Yeah, it's that friend.
Oh, it's Skin 'em? Okay.
Shut up. Shut up. You so damn messy. Anyway, this is the last one. Something small that would ruin a relationship for you. This one says, someone who kills spiders in their home. I love a lot of unlovable animals like rats, possums, bugs, snakes,
Girl.
etc. Someone killing even a tiny life out of fear or disgust is such a huge turnoff for me. Then don't come around me because
That's why I said,
look,
sir or madam, I'm here to tell you.
I'm going to treat a spider just like I would treat an unwanted human being in my house.
Me. That's why I kill them, because they bite me too. If all they did was eat little mosquitoes, I wouldn't care.
Look,
but they bite me, and some of them are deadly. I think not.
I got the same rule for any bug that comes in here that I have for an unwanted human being in my house. You come in here at your own damn risk. If you are intruding on my property, which these bugs are, you gonna have to die.
I don't care what I got to get you with some Bath and Body Works, some Febreze, whatever
I'ma spray you with
have,
something.
some 409, scrubbing bubbles, whatever is at my disposal.
I'm getting you. You gotta go.
And then I scream the whole time. Ah! And then when I'm not screaming, I'm cussing at it.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong house.
I'm telling you, that's the only time where I will wish I had a boyfriend in here, because I'm like, for one, I'm terrified of the damn things. And then two, I'm like, man, if I like, just for these few minutes to get rid of the spider, let me just get a boyfriend.
I got sick of how he held that power over me. And so what I did,
of course you did.
I said, okay, you want to keep this over me? I'm going to start killing them myself. So now I'm just,
I will spray it to live in hell, and then I will vacuum it up.
My thing is, I got to stop using Febreze. That's just so expensive.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't be using it for Febreze.
I mean, if I'm in the bathroom, that's the only thing in there.
Dude, I think I got a can of bug spray in every room in this house.
You know what? I don't even have bug spray.
Well, when I moved in here, my brother told me I was going to have a spider problem. So I immediately just went and stocked up on some damn bug spray.
I don't even have it.
And every time a can go out, I go replace it.
Nope. I be spraying it
spiders.
whatever is in my hand.
And spiders is the only bug that I've actually seen in my house, thank God. But
last spring, it wasn't in the house. It was just in the garage. You know, those long little, what they call centipedes?
Was it a centipede or a millipede?
I think it's the millipedes, because the black ones are the millipedes, right?
I believe so.
Ain't that the ones that crawl in your ear?
They all will crawl in your fucking ear.
That's why they all gotta go.
Mm-hmm. Every last one of them gotta go. I'm sorry. Y'all ain't gonna get no love in this house. I'm sorry. And I'm not sorry.
No love.
What?
Enough for no love.
I don't know that.
It's Keisha Cole, but anywho.
You get so annoyed when you start singing something. I'm like, I don't know that. Whatever. Anyway. So I do have an interesting find that I crossed on TikTok.
Yes, what's on the TikTok?
I don't remember when I crossed it, but I crossed it.
What is it?
So it was this woman doing, she was on a podcast, and I believe the podcast is called Ugandan Boy Talk Show, and I believe it was episode 256.
Okay.
And she was speaking nothing but sense.
Not
nonsense. She was speaking sense.
What'd she say?
She said that she started a business where she beats up men. She said, if you are in a violent relationship, a guy trying to scam you, he confused you, or he cheating on you, whatever the reason, call her up and she will beat his ass.
Oh, kind of like the dude that come to your job when you report to him your job doing crazy shit. So he show up to the job and talk crazy to him.
I didn't know nothing about that.
Oh, yeah, look him up.
But she said, yeah, I got this business. She said, my number is in the bio.
I want proof she do it.
Her name is at the Elite, THEALEALETI. And I went to her TikTok page. I didn't look to see if it was there because I think this is all a joke. But I was like, I ain't mad at it though.
Right.
She said she has a goal. She wants to beat up at least 1,000 men by 2027.
This is clearly a joke. It's only 365 days in the year.
Well, that was at the time of recording that podcast. We don't know when she recorded that. So, y'all, help her hit her goal. She got a goal to beat up 1,000 men by 2027. And she said, wake her up at midnight to beat up a man, please. And she actually did say please.
Why don't she just beat up the one she mad at? Maybe that's not enough. She said, "Nah, I beat him up."
Well,
and I
the
need
comments
others.
weren't no better. It had all the women saying, "Hey, let me know if you hiring.
DM me,
please. I'm available as a backup if you need help." Like, why? All the women apparently just want to beat up on men.
Because we sick of it.
Sick of your shit. And I ain't even, I ain't.
We don't got no shit to be sick of.
I ain't sick of nobody, honestly.
Because we have no shit to be sick of.
Yeah. I do my dealings and I'm cool with what I'm doing.
And Victor don't bother me. I love him dearly. He get on my nerves sometimes, but I think I get on his nerves too. I get on his nerves too.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Now, the last thing.
Whatever, I am delightful.
Hey, no one said you weren't delightful. Like I feel like I say this on every episode. Two things can be true. You can get on people's nerves and they still love you dearly.
Boy, I know I be getting on his nerves, child.
Just like I know I get on people's nerves. So I told you like I met with Gift this week.
Yes.
And so for those that don't know, I am gearing up to start my second project in addition to A Girl's Perspective. It will be a solo gig that I am doing. I will be starting a reaction-ish type of YouTube channel where on YouTube I won't actually be reacting to the stuff, but I will be giving my take on different K-dramas and just Asian dramas. And occasionally I will have like a guest on there to talk about the show with me if they've seen it. And this week I recorded the first recordings, because I don't know if they're going to be the first episodes, but they're definitely the first recordings I made for that channel.
Yeah.
By the time this come out, it'll probably be up. It's called Soul to Screen for anybody that's interested. But if K-dramas is not your thing, please do not follow that channel, because following and not engaging with the channel hurts the channel. But she came here. We talked about this show called The Art of Sarah. It was her. It was one that she wanted to watch. I couldn't have given a fuck about it. Though, if you watch it back, you would swear I was like all in. Because...
Were you all in once you watched it?
I told her, I said, if it wasn't for the fact that I knew me and her were going to talk about it, I would have stopped it by episode 3.
The name didn't seem like the type of thing you be into.
Yes. And it's about this woman who's this master manipulator who has gotten these people to do all this shit for her so that she can build this luxury bag brand. And then somehow she ends up dead in a sewer.
Yeah, somebody killed her ass.
And the police officer, there's a police officer trying to solve the murder, but he keeps running into these obstacles because everybody he runs into, she was a different person. And then she ends up coming back.
Then who the fuck was in the sewer?
Girl.
Did they even not think of that in the plot? Like who?
Well, if I give more, it'll give it away. And if there are actually people that's interested in it, I don't want to give it away. But there is like a whole twist to it, but it just pissed me off. And I'm just like, fuck her. Like, like, fuck her. She had this guy, like, don't get me wrong, it was funny as fuck. Because she met this kid, this by kid, I mean, he's an adult, but he's younger than her.
He's a young man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he and his crew used to work as hosts of this like bar, this like high profile bar where the rich of the rich came.
Okay.
And they would scam people, like steal stuff from them and stuff like that. And he tried to steal her car keys, but little did he know she had already had her eyes set on him being her next victim, in my opinion. And
ain't in your opinion, ain't that what happened?
She then proceeds to get this man. She buys this man a house that she also lives in. I said, no, it's because her fucking name doesn't actually exist. She put the name in his name so that she had somewhere to fucking live. She ain't buy him shit. Then she sweet talked this man into sleeping with this old bitch.
So now she pimping him out?
In the name of love. So that she can get in, so that, because like this woman has she owns the department store where she wants her store to be.
So she pimping him out.
Literally. But at this point, he thinks that they're a couple and that he's just doing this in the name of love.
What person in a relationship will pimp you out to somebody?
It's a TV show. It ain't supposed to make sense. But he comes to her after he's been sleeping with this bitch, for this old ass woman, for like, I don't even know how long. He comes to her, sits her down at what's supposed to be his house, and says, I think I want to stop. She slaps the shit out this man.
I mean, how long did she want him to sleep with her?
And you know, this woman slaps the shit out of him, tells him, who do you think you are to make those kinds of decisions?
Oh.
And then hugs him. And rubbing the back of his. I said, this bitch.
She doing all the shit that men do.
True. But it still don't make it right.
I'm like,
what Wyclef saying? They say two wrongs. I don't know how the melody no more, but they say two wrongs don't make a right. He had a whole song about it.
Feel my body.
That is a different damn song.
I know every time I hear Wyclef, I think of that.
That's a different damn song.
I know, but I can't help it.
But yeah, so I mean, for the people that's their type of show, they would love it. It's not typically something that I would watch.
If that's the shit she doing, I'm not surprised she was in the sewer. I ain't surprised at all she was.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I was hoping the bitch was actually dead. But yeah, so it's not my type of show. But when me and Gift were talking about it, because we've talked about Gift on here before, and we know the kind of person Gift is. Mm-hmm. Gift was all about it. She said, oh, I love her. She's like my superhero. I said,
no, Gift, no.
It got heat. Like, I actually had to get up and I got like, put one leg up. I'm like, girl.
No.
So, yeah, it got kind of heated. So, if y'all want to witness that conversation, it'll be out at some point.
Gift be wild sometimes.
Gift be wilding. I was like, you know what, Gift? I said, you got it.
But you know what? I don't think she really about that life. I don't think she is either. She's just a sweet girl. She be doing all this mess.
I think she thinks of it as like, you know what? In a perfect world, I would do some shit like that.
But I can't to her ass. You're like, girl,
she is funny. But yeah, I think the whole conversation was funny. But man, we talked. We could have talked for at least 2 hours because I was just like, nah, you ain't never about to convince me that was a good person. You ain't never.
She didn't say she was a good person.
No, she was trying to.
How's that girl a good person?
Because she was like, she was just trying to survive. I said she could have survived without getting over on people.
She was pimping that man out.
She said, well, she had to go through this and this and this before she got to that point. I said, I'm not saying she didn't have an unfair life. She did. But she didn't have to do the shit that she was doing. I said, like, what are you talking about? Everybody at some point, not everybody, most people, greater majority of people, have had some unfair shit happened to them in life. But that don't mean all of them is going out scamming people. I was like, she was like, no.
She was fighting for that lady.
I said, you ain't never about to have me on here trying to be like, no. She just misunderstood. Fuck that bitch.
Ain't that what they always try to say?
This plant getting on my nerves.
I hear it. I said, dang, you all in the tree.
Yeah, I didn't
Scoot your chair.
I didn't realize it was
you
that
all
damn
in the
close.
damn tree.
Good night. Anywho. Yeah, she tried to convince me that was a damn good person. I said, no, Giff. We just gonna have to agree to disagree on this.
Oh, I finally realized what song you were singing. With what's her name? Claudia Ortiz. They say two wrongs don't make it right. I remember that song.
I knew you was gonna try to figure it out. I was like, she ain't gonna let that go.
Sure ain't. I was like, oh, that song.
And real quick, just because it's been heavy in my TikTok feed, and I'm sure, positive you've heard about it.
Yes.
The BAFTA awards.
Child, that's set up. But the thing is, they've been doing racist ass shit for a long time. It's just they don't be getting called out on it. But you fucked with Americans this time, and we ain't.
But I don't know, something about this year, this Black History Month. For those don't know,
it's been real disrespectful.
This is like 2 days before the last day of Black History Month that we're recording. And it just feels like a lot of stuff
feels like an attack. It feels like an attack. Because here's my thing. Here's my thing. First of all, seating was not random.
It wasn't.
If you knew you invited a motherfucker with Tourette's, why was he directly near a mic?
Well,
and why did he only say the N-word when 2 black people just so happened to come on the stage? When the other people's up there, he was not calling out race. And the thing with Tourette's is, they repeat things that they actually say. They're not random words that they're repeating.
Well, I looked up, I looked up Tourette's because I wanted to get just a better understanding of it. And it does say that some of the words that they say won't be stuff that they typically will say. And it says that they don't have control over whether they say it or not.
But they had control whether or not they sat that man in front of a mic.
Yes.
They had complete control over
here's my stance on it. Do I think he should apologize personally? Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I understand that he has Tourette's. He doesn't have control over it. But I'm just thinking, like, if it were me, I would still apologize because it's like, yeah, I know I can't control it, but I'm sorry that it hurt you.
I feel like he might have Tourette's, but I don't think it's Tourette's that made him say that. And people gonna get mad that I said that. Like, I think that was something that he did and hid behind something he already had to do it.
Well,
that's just how I feel about it.
Then, so personally, I don't put even most of the blame on him. I put most of the blame on the BAFTA awards.
They could have bleeped it out and they didn't. They left it in there. They could have edited it out because it wasn't like a directly live. There was a gap in time. They had time to edit it out. They chose not to edit it out. They put that man in front of a mic knowing he had Tourette's, and they knew he had Tourette's long before when they sat him the fuck over there.
Yeah, so when I was like reading and listening and all this other stuff about this, it came out that BAFTA knew he had Tourette's. They told everybody that he had Tourette's and that he was there and that he might have, some episodes of tics during recording.
And deliberately set him in front of a mic.
And they still put a mic directly in front of this man.
And mind you, when he was talking about it, he even said he found it odd that he was sat near a mic. Even he was like, why am I sitting near a mic? They know what the fuck is up.
So I think it's an attack on 2 parts. I think it's an attack on, honestly, any people that has like mental disabilities. Because is Tourette's a mental disability?
I don't know what it is. I gotta look it up.
I forget. I did look it up, but I forgot what it actually is classified as.
I mean, it probably has to be some sort of mental because it's uncontrollable.
Yeah. So I think it's an attack on that because they weaponized it.
To their own advantage. Yeah. Now, I think they were completely behind. Like, they staged this whole thing. Even the man that said the word was a unwilling player. and what they were trying to do.
That's why I said I don't even place most of the blame on him. Honestly, if it were me, I would apologize as a courtesy.
His apology was bullshit. Now, and that was my thing. But that's just me.
And I think that's also why you didn't really see like a verbal reaction from like Michael B. Jordan and
because they knew he had Tourette's, I'm sure.
Delroy Lindo. Because like they said, they told everybody, yeah, he might do this. Now, the other thing that makes me think that like it was more of an attack, not from him, but from the BAFTA people, is the fact that they edited every other tick because they said that he said homophobic stuff, he said racist stuff, and they edited all that out,
but not that. Left that right in there.
But you left that in there. None of us would have even known. Nobody Nobody other than the people that was there would have known. He said that if they had edited it
and
out.
They chose deliberately not to edit. And that's why I said that was my problem. Like the whole thing, that's what pissed me off the most. I said, so y'all had time to edit it out and y'all deliberately chose not to. So
this year for Black History Month has been
it's been rough. It's been an
interesting one to say the least. It's been an interesting.
It's been an attack on Black people during Black History Month, and you can say what you want to say.
The other thing I saw was a lot of. It's like whether you want to call yourself African American or Black American, they're going at it.
It's the same shit, different day.
And I'm just like, I was like, why does it have to be this? And then there was like some Haitian woman that went on a podcast with African American, Black American, whichever one they want to refer to themselves as. They were the hosts, and she said she was Haitian, though there was some people in comments saying she actually ain't Haitian. I don't know what she is. She said she was Haitian, and then she asked him, what about you? What's your background? Then she said, are you American? Are you a dirty Black American?
What?
Yeah. And I was like, that was completely unprovoked. Like, all he asked you was, where are you from? Which I think is a normal question to ask when you're going on somebody's podcast. She said, what are you, a dirty Black American? And I was like,
what?
What is all this hate towards African American and Black Americans? I don't understand.
Because we ain't said shit about nobody. We just
literally.
Oh, and then did you see the interview? Well, first of all, the Nicki and Trump thing was enough. And then they found that random Black lady on Black History Month to come out and say that mess.
What mess?
This crazy old Black lady talking about she in support of what Trump doing in Washington, D.C. And I was like, where'd she come from and how much he pay her? Because I'm so sick of this. I said, and to do this shit on Black History Month, get out of here with this.
Well, so then there were people making recordings saying like, oh, this was terrible. But they're saying like African American when they're doing the video. And then you got some Black people going in there. We're not African American. We're Black American. I'm just like,
you're missing the part that was terrible.
My God,
you're being distracted.
That's not the point.
What was important is she called us dirty, like, and looked us up like dirty Black American. It don't matter if you call yourself African or Black. It don't change what she said. She talked about your ass too, regardless.
Well, here's the thing. Now I can understand how there can be like some Black Americans, like yes. Because I'm sure that even before slavery, there were Black people here. I'm sure.
Somehow, some way.
Yeah. So yes, if there's some people that's like, I'm Black American because I actually don't have like any ties to Africa, sure, whatever. You're Black American. But I'm like, from what I see, and I know there's probably some African people that refer to themselves as African American that are just as aggressive, I'm sure. But all the comments that I see is always the people that refer to themselves as Black American that is trashing somebody that still is okay with referring to themselves as African American. I refer to myself as African American. I am African American.
My thing is, it's...
You don't have no ties to Africa. How do you know?
We don't know. That's the thing.
Exactly.
We have not a singular clue because all of that was deliberately erased.
Exactly.
So you don't know.
Exactly.
But I'm sure if we get the blood work done, Africa gonna pop right the hell up on there.
Exactly.
And that's why I don't get. I was like, I'm sure if I get blood work done, it's gonna be right there.
And I'm just like, So now I had heard of Black Americans, but I had never heard of foundational Black Americans, which they have like their whole, like it's literally a whole movement where they're trying to delineate themselves from Africa. Or not trying, are delineating themselves from Africa. But I will tell you, I saw one of the dumbest comments in one of these posts. And it was actually on an African person's post because they made a whole TikTok. I don't know why people hate Black Americans, African American. I don't know why people hate them so much. And most of the time when I do hear reasoning, is always some bullshit that they saw on TV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not how most African Americans are.
But the thing is, I don't think they realize. I'm like, so the same way you feel about, that's how people feel about you, idiot.
But and I'm like, here's the thing. So she was an African woman. I don't know where from Africa she was, but she said that if she could put strap a bomb to her chest, she would get all of the Black Americans in a room and delete us all.
What would make her say that?
Exactly. I'm like, that is some extreme level of hate from somebody that has just as much melanin in their skin as me.
And on top of that, I'm like, how many Black Americans have you actually dealt with? Like, not seen on TV and not seen at the grocery store, but like actually had conversations with. How many have you actually conversed with? Or this is just based off, well, I seen and I heard and I seen and I heard.
It's always that, when I was 6 years old, I saw a Black person, steal a wallet from my great grandmama. So now I don't like all Black people. It's like, that's so dumb.
That's the same silly shit that white people say. And it's like, here's my thing. I'm like, when I tell you shit has actually happened to me, not that I heard about, not something off to the side, that has actually happened to me. And am I racist towards every single person of the group that did that to me? No.
Because the race didn't do it. But anyway, somebody got in the comments said, well, Africans, they delineated themselves from us first, and now they just mad because we doing it back at them. I said, so is that why you refer to yourself as Black American? Because you want to get back at Africans? I was like, that is the dumbest excuse I've ever heard. Now, I know, before y'all try to drag me in the comments, that doesn't apply to everyone. But just know that you have ignorant people like that is making people believe that this is why there's Black American instead of African American now. And I was just like, that has to be the dumbest reason for somebody to be like, well, because they did it to me, I just did it back.
But the thing is, the person who made the comment probably ain't even part of the group. They're just some idiot making a comment.
And that's what made me be like, there's probably so many people that are referring to themselves as Black American and swearing that they will never refer to themselves as African American again because of stupid shit like this. And then the same thing, and I did say this in one of the comments, I was like, don't matter if you're Black, African American, African, Haitian, if you got any ounce of melanin in your skin to a racist person, we
are all the same.
We are all the same. They don't give a damn.
There's no hierarchy of Blackness. Like you're Black or you're not.
Exactly.
Like they're not going to treat an African better than a Black American. They view us as equal.
As the same as people.
Black. They lump us all together.
I don't care. I mean, it's exactly why when you look at any job application, it's always the same category. Are you Black or African American? It's one check box.
And they have next to it Haitian, Jamaican, the African. They view it all as the same.
It don't matter to them. It does not matter to a racist. And because it's still on the job applications, it doesn't matter to the system. Like, because let's be for real, the system was not made for Black people.
Constitution was made while we were still slaves. And that should tell you everything you need to know about who it's for. But anywho.
Now, I'm not saying that some Black people don't benefit from the system. Some of them do. Hell, to some of them, I'm one of them. Now, I don't benefit enough to be like actually rich, but benefit enough to not be poor. So some people I still would be considered poor, to be honest.
No, the system ain't working in your favor. You just figured out how to work the system.
I just figured out how to work the system.
It ain't in your favor.
But I'm just like, I was like, this is such a stupid fight between people that to a races, there's no difference.
Or it's the same light skin versus dark skin. I'm like, black is black to these people.
Yeah.
Like, please get it together. Please stop it.
And so I was like, it seems so stupid. And then the same thing with the Haitian woman that said the stupid, dirty Black American thing. Down, you got, Black American, African American in comments that's talking about this, talking about all the Haitians. And Haitians like, don't come for us. Like, she said it. And I'm just like, and then, some Haitians is saying like, we don't agree with what she said. And then some Black people was like, well, then you need to go tell her then. Check her. Because, like, people keep coming for us, but we expected to just take it. And I'm like, here's the thing. Whenever I see, like, stuff like that happening, that's what I mean by, like, the system. I think that is the system at work. What better thing to do to anybody with melanin in them than to have them arguing and fighting each other
with each other,
and
not us, each other.
Yeah,
like, come on now.
Because let's be for real, if Jamaicans, Haitians, Africans, African Americans, Black Americans, anybody with any melanin in it, I'm not even just talking about like Black people, I'm talking about Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, any Hispanic, Latino, like any person of color, if we all like actually got together, we would take over this fucking world. Like, let's be for real.
But they want this, they want us being separate and viewing ourselves as separate. So then we don't come together because they view themselves as one. Please don't ever forget. But that's a whole other. That's a whole other.
Now, I've never heard white people go at it like this. I'm not saying they don't, but I've never heard of it. And if they do, they keep that shit in private. But I'm just like, it's so crazy that like, I'm like, you just got us arguing over what?
I still can't believe that lady got on there. They just minding their business.
They literally, one guy was like, don't ever say no shit like that again. Like, he actually told, he was like, and then she's like, I'm sorry if that offended. He was like, no, you're not.
Why would you, what you thought that was going to do?
And then
like, what did you think that was going to do?
Another guy was like, do you accept her apology? He was like, no.
Because she said it to be
like,
offensive.
He said, you must say that, you must talk to your friends like that. And I'm like, she wouldn't have said that shit if she didn't mean it. And she wasn't going to apologize if he didn't say that it offended him. So
she said it to be offensive. I don't know. My thing is, what's the point of saying it just to backpedal? Say, I'm sorry if you're offended. You knew that was offensive. There was no other way to take that.
The only way I could even give her some credit on like, that might have been okay, is if the guy had said something that was just as offensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because then she said it as a retaliation. Yeah. But he literally, like, you see when she comes in and sits down and he goes, hey, where you from? And she sits down, she bumps a mic, and then she crosses her leg. Now he's sitting on this side of her. And I'm thinking it's like a producer, not even the host of the show that asked her this. And then she's like, I'm Haitian. And then she said, it started off cool. She said, what's your background? And then she said, are you American? Then she goes, are you a dirty Black American? And I was like, what? You just said that. Like, what was that for? What the fuck did I do to you?
Now, if they would all got up and jumped your stupid ass, then they would have been in the wrong.
Now, the thing I will say, because she said she was Haitian, and then she said dirty Black American, and then everybody on like the videos was like, but yet she looks like an American. She looks like an African American woman. And she did. Like, until she opened her mouth, I would have assumed that she was an American woman. So I'm like, but you're calling us dirty Black Americans. That makes a hell of a lot of sense.
You assimilated to these dirty Black Americans real quick, didn't you? But like, girl, get out of here.
That's a conversation people don't want to have. So yeah, it's just been an interesting.
It's been Black a very not good Black History.
Yeah, usually on Black History, during Black History Month, I get all the like, oh, okay, like these are the lessons, these are the things that Black people have done to help the community, to help the nation, to help the world. But this one, it was just like, just shot after shot at black people, and I'm just like, what the fuck did
And
we
it's from
do?
everywhere. It was
Everywhere.
on a global level. It wasn't just in America.
Yeah, I saw stuff from the UK where they was talking about
level.
black people and how we ain't shit. Africans talking about, like, I mean, I saw the one where she said that she would kill all of us. And I was just like, what the fuck did black people do to y'all? Because last I heard, we was just over here minding our fucking business.
We have always just been minding our own goddamn business.
Now, I ain't saying that there ain't some black people that come for other ones, but I can guarantee you it's the minority of us. Most of us don't even know there's a beef going on. And I didn't until TikTok showed me. And I was just like,
I knew about the beef.
I didn't. And instantly after like the 10th one, it just kept showing me that shit. And I was like, nope, scrolling right past. I don't want this shit in my feed. I don't want it in my feed.
Jocelyn, it's
ever since TikTok got really like legit taken over by the US, it has been so negative. It is like pissing me off. So, yeah.
The US is negative. Want to hear my conspiracy theory
What's
of
that?
the month? This one ain't even about race. So you know how the U.S. has left the World Health Organization.
No, I did not know that.
And all of the sudden, all these cures for diseases are just
popping up.
And then my brain goes, was the U.S. actively involved with stopping?
Come on now, we know that.
I know, but it's like, you know how you know something, but then when it's evidently clear that the crazy thing that you thought is clearly true, I said, this is actually, I was like, but my thing, and then my brain went, well, how long did we actually have these cures? And America was stopping these countries from putting this shit out.
We've known for a long time that
I knew
the
it, but
healthcare industry
is
set up to keep people sick. We treat symptoms, not illnesses.
These people are living zombies.
The thing
I tell you
that benefits the most is big pharma. Why would they want cures for diseases?
Because it goes away. What money is there in the cure?
We need to keep people sick so that they stay on these medications.
Because if you notice, like what's considered high blood pressure just keeps getting lower and lower. I think in the 70s, it was like the systolic was like 160. They consider that almost an emergency now. I think 180 is like when you were like at an emergency. And I'm like, every couple of years, this shit just keep getting low. What's next? Y'all gonna try to say good blood pressure is 80? Like, I don't...
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm not even surprised by that. But anywho, hopefully, I mean, I would have liked to end it on a better note, but I had to bring that up. But hopefully y'all rocked with us. Hopefully we didn't piss y'all off too much with stuff we said, but you know, it is called a girl's perspective. You know,
that's our perspective.
Hopefully we didn't piss you off enough to lose you, but we understand if we did.
It's all right.
But you know, tune in for the next week episode. Make sure you do all the things, like, comment, subscribe, and
share
on the audio platforms, on YouTube, and make sure you're doing this. Oh, not YouTube. I got it all mixed up.
On the audio.
Yeah, on the audio platform. Make sure that you like, comment, and share there too. Follow if you don't already. We did have a really, really, really good comment that was left on TikTok. Somebody recommended us to someone. I don't know who that person is, but if you listen to this, thank you. We really appreciate it. She said that she listens to us all the time, that she relates to us, and she feels seen whenever she listens to our episodes. And that is exactly why we do this.
To find our vibe tribe.
Yeah, for connection. Because I think people need it and want it.
More than ever.
Now more than ever. So thank you for that recommendation. Please continue that. That is the only way we're gonna grow. I know I say this all the time, but if you watch or listen to our videos, it's nice if you like, but if you could please leave some kind of comment.
Yeah.
The algorithm rewards comments more than they do likes. So if you could leave a comment letting us know like what you thought, something like that, that would be great, and it'll help push us to more people, because we are trying to grow as much as we can, whether that be YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Audible, Amazon, whatever podcasting platform you use to consume this. Please and thank you. But with that, we will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Bye, friends.